The new Viper is a far more civilized car than the snakes that came before it. It rides better, it has a nicer interior, and it's not quite as hot in the cabin. However, it still takes some skill to manage all 640 horsepower coming from that massive 8.4-liter V10. We were pretty excited to hear that SRT engineers included launch control with this new Viper. But is it good enough to improve our acceleration times? Let's get in the car and give it a try. Using launch control in the Viper is incredibly simple. The button is right here on the steering wheel next to the stability control button. Now there's a 4-mode stability control system, yet it doesn't matter what mode you're in. So all you need to do to activate launch control is start the car, clutch in, select first gear, and press launch. It's going to tell you to apply the throttle quickly and release the clutch. Off you go.
Using the Viper's launch control results in a 4.2 second blast from 0 to 60 and a quarter-mile run of 12.1 seconds at 125 miles per hour. Based on the amount of wheel spin and the Viper's eagerness to point you off the road, launch control definitely doesn't feel like the fastest way to cover 1,320 feet. Properly calibrated launch control allows the driver to keep the throttle pinned while the computers keep the tires from going up in smoke. Wheel speed sensors detect wheel spin, which can be used to estimate just how sticky the surface is. The computers then adjust torque accordingly, using brake-based traction control or by adjusting engine spark. In this case, it feels like the traction management simply isn't fast enough or aggressive enough to rein in the Viper's 600 pound-feet of torque.
We're going to try beating the launch control time using the old-fashioned method. And the technique there is to get just a little bit of wheel spin. You don't want the engine to bog, and you don't want to light the tires up in a big smoky burnout. In the Viper, that means using about 3,000 RPM compared to 4,500 RPM with the launch control. So we're going to let the clutch out slightly slow to allow a little bit of slip as we apply more and more throttle, and through first gear, we're going to modulate the throttle so that the wheels don't go up in smoke. Let's give it a shot.
It takes careful footwork to get everything right, holding the RPM steady, dumping the clutch quickly, massaging the throttle without leaving time on the track, and then shifting right at redline. To get the launch correct, don't sidestep the clutch, but do lift your foot off the left pedal as quickly as possible. At the same time, squeeze on the throttle to keep the engine in the power band. Then, as soon as the clutch is hooked up, back off the throttle a bit. You simply cannot use full throttle in first gear with this much torque. Keep an eye on the tach because you need to think about shifting 800 to 500 RPM before redline, or you risk hitting the rev limiter. Repeatability comes down to the driver's ability to finesse the pedals in just the right way over and over again. Once you've found the best launch method, back-to-back runs are typically within 0.2 of a second. Getting the absolute fastest time can take up to 20 runs. After some practice, we were able to launch the Viper from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds on the way to a quarter-mile run of 11.6 seconds at 129 miles per hour. As with all car and driver test results, those numbers are averaged from 2 runs in opposite directions and have been corrected to compensate for the effects of weather.
So the Viper's launch control isn't fully baked. It produces some pretty awesome wheel spin and consistent times, but it's not quite enough to beat a skilled human driver. We know the SRT engineers are capable of producing a quicker launch control system. However, true to the raw and unfiltered character of the Viper, I love that this is one of the few times when humans actually beat computers.